Today on OC News.
April is Sexual Assault Awareness Month, and organizations are contributing to the matter.
Comm Week is returning to Cal State Fullerton.
And student visas are being revoked across the country. All this and more coming up on OC News.
This just in. Tech News. First responder on police.
There's been a lot of collaborative efforts.
Feel blessed to be here in Fullerton.
Brought to you by the broadcast journalism students at Cal State Fullerton.
Thank you, Sandra.
OC News starts right now.
Hello and welcome to this week's early edition of OC News. I'm Andrea Restrepo.
And I'm Gavin Sanders. Thank you for tuning in on our show, April 16th.
California is once again taking legal action against former President Donald Trump, this time over sweeping tariffs that could impact major sectors of the state's economy. Governor Gavin Newsom and Attorney General Rob Bonta made the announcement Wednesday from an almond farm in Ceres that they were taking legal action against President Trump, highlighting how California's agricultural exports could be hit hard. Newsom argues that imposing tariffs is unconstitutional and could devastate California's economy. California is now the first state to take legal action over the tariffs, and it's the 14th lawsuit the state has filed against the Trump administration since he took office. While the White House defends the tariffs as necessary, Newsom says he's already working to make separate trade deals to protect California businesses.
International students across the U.S. are having their U.S. visas suddenly revoked, and universities say they're left in the dark. Universities nationwide are reporting a wave of students getting their visas revoked. Many schools, including Harvard, NYU, and the University of Michigan, say the government provided no explanation, leaving students at risk of deportation. This President's Alliance says the actions lack due process and are creating a climate of fear on campuses. While not tied to protests, students with minor past infractions are being swept up, raising concerns about fairness, transparency, and academic freedom.
Hong Kong has halted its package delivery services to and from the United States. The U.S. officially ended a long-standing exemption that allowed goods valued under $800 to enter duty-free. In response, Hong Kong Post will stop accepting sea shipments right away, and air shipments will be halted starting April 27th. Letters and documents are still allowed, but anyone in Hong Kong looking to send packages will now have to use private carriers like FedEx or DHL. Hong Kong has served as a global shipping hub with minimal import fees and no sales tax.
Tensions were high among students this week as a protest formed to show solidarity with Palestinian students. Peter Gibbs has more on the story.
Today, none of us here are free.
The Students for Justice in Palestine, or SJP, held an emergency protest on campus to show support for Palestinians. Due to concerns about his safety, Mohammed, the representative for SJP, asked to be identified by his first name only.
The main demand is the same demand that our students have had for a very long time here, which is to boycott the State of Israel, to boycott the Zionist entity, to stop the support and funding for anything that supports the genocide of Palestinian people. Again, this is not a matter of opinion. We are currently in a settler colony. We are on stolen land, and they are supporting the genocide and the ethnic cleansing of other people in other parts of the world where it is also stolen land.
It's an emotional scene in front of Mahalo Hall right now as students are gathered for a pro-Palestinian protest where they are chanting things towards President Trump, former President Biden, and President Roshan here at Fullerton. The goal is to try and get Fullerton and the nation to divest from pro-Israel companies in the United States, and students are voicing their opinion accordingly.
The California State University website says that the system does not have any investments in Israel, although it does have minimal holdings through mutual bonds. The Student Life and Leadership Group was also in attendance to ensure the protest followed CSUF guidelines.
We essentially act as the Quad Squad. So the Quad Squad is an organized group of staff members from across the Division of Student Affairs. And we essentially come out to any free speech activity that happens on campus. And we just monitor to make sure that students know their rights, they know the time, place, and manner policy, they follow the amplified sound guidelines on campus, and we just serve as a support system to be able to provide them any directions or instructions that they may need while they demonstrate.
On Tuesday, Hamas announced it's looking over an Israeli ceasefire proposal that would allow both sides to exchange hostages. For OC News, I'm Peter Gibbs.
Coming up next, we have some cooler weather coming through the Southern California area with the 5.2 earthquake that shook down our friends in San Diego on Monday morning.
The Titans dominated the Battle of Orange and Blue, beating down the Pepperdine Waves 13-3 with another classic performance from Andrew Kirchner. Stay with us through this commercial break.
Can I get the now bar, please?
$1.
Have a good one.
Got it.
Hey, what's going on?
Hey.
Hey, let me get a now bar.
Sure. $1.
Appreciate you.
Got it.
What does it take to discover the greatness within you? It takes resilience.
When I first got to Cal State Fullerton, I felt lost. Then I found my community. It was like a caring family cheering me on.
I wasn't sure about being a chemist. My professors showed me I could. People believed in me here, and I learned to believe in myself. Discover the resilience within you at Cal State Fullerton.
Welcome back to the show. In typical spring fashion, Mother Nature can't decide if it's going to be hot or cold. We go to Jonathan Zarate for this week's weather report.
Thanks, Andrea. Good evening, everyone. Hope your Wednesday has been treating you nicely. I'm Jonathan Zarate, here to keep you ahead of the weather so you can plan your next few days. Let's take a look at what's happening here in Fullerton. As we look at our current temperature, it's a cool 65 degrees. Feels a little chillier because it is very cloudy outside today. Tonight, it'll drop to 55 degrees, so make sure you guys stay bundled up. Currently, we have 6-mile-per-hour winds right now and a 42% humidity level, with sunrise occurring at 6:19 a.m. and sunset at 7:23, so enjoy the sunlight while you can. Taking a look at the future forecast. Thursday, it'll be 63 degrees and Friday, 62, so we will stay at chilly temperatures, dropping into the low 50s here at 50 degrees on Friday. On Saturday, it'll warm up to 73 degrees and Sunday 75. So it will warm up a little bit, but it'll still be nice weather outside. And on Monday, we'll round up to 73 degrees with a low of 54. Our earthquake jolted Southern California earlier this week near the San Andreas Fault. The 5.2 magnitude earthquake hit near Julian in San Diego County on Monday morning. There have been no reports of major damage or injuries, but the shaking did cause brief delays in public transportation, and buildings were evacuated in downtown San Diego. Experts say the quake was a reminder that Southern California remains an active earthquake zone, and residents should always be prepared for the next big one. That's all for your weekend forecast. With cool temperatures, it's a perfect time to get outside and soak it all in. If you're heading to Coachella, enjoy the music, stay hydrated, and stay safe. Back to Gavin and Andrea at the desk.
This spring semester's Comm Week has a lot in store for students. To tell you more about what to expect for the event, here's Justin Rosette.
Every April, Cal State Fullerton's College of Communications holds its signature event, Comm Week.
Comm Week is an amazing 4-day event that is presented by the College of Communications, where we bring industry professionals from all areas of communications to the campus to speak to our students.
In her first year as faculty advisor for Comm Week, Cal State Fullerton professor Michelle Curlin's biggest hope is that students take full advantage of the event.
to engage and ask questions with these very special guests and presenters who are taking time out of their busy days to be here.
I am here in the Ontiveros room in the TSU, where next week, Cal State Fullerton students will fill these very seats, eager to learn from industry professionals. Also in these rooms will be student leaders who will be either moderating or hosting a panel for their very first time. Sumaya Etchison, president of Cal State Fullerton's National Association of Black Journalists chapter, reflects on the success of the panel that she hosted last year.
We saw a lot of social media exchanges, a lot of phone number exchanges, and that built a lot of opportunity for Comm students to get an internship or get a recommendation, which is very important.
In some cases, students have even used the event as an opportunity to meet and get integrated into a club on campus.
It's been sort of full circle for me. The first one I went to was last spring in April, and while I was there, I actually bumped into some people from the AAJ program, the Asian American Journalists Association. And since then, having gotten to know them, I've joined the program and become part of their executive board.
This year's event is set to feature at least 55 events and 60 speakers, including former ESPN reporter Josina Anderson and author David Grossman. The event will run from Monday, April 21st to Thursday, April 24th. Reporting from Cal State Fullerton, I'm Justin Rosette, OC News.
Members of a golf course near the historic Rose Bowl Stadium are upset their local course is being used as a parking lot. I took a look at what's upsetting the players of this establishment.
Quiet so I can hear the ping.
Brookside Golf Course is a golf course located in Pasadena, California that is open to the public. While the course plays nicely and has very fast greens, it also acts as a parking and tailgating spot for UCLA Bruin fans and students in the fall during football season.
Brookside Golf Course, a nice public course for all to enjoy. Although it is used as a tailgating spot for UCLA games, it is right next to the beautiful Rose Bowl, a historic place where many athletes have played games, like Jackie Robinson, Josh Rosen, and Jake Bobo.
I'm a member here at Brookside Golf Course. My dad's been a member for 25 years. It's pretty sad to see our greens and fairways have been pretty messed up from the tailgates from the football events, all the events they have at the Rose Bowl. Kind of hinders my game throughout the day. I know other members can speak for it too. But, hopefully in the future they can figure out some parking and really save the golf course here.
I've really enjoyed tailgating here on this golf course for the past 4 years, but I've also been playing it as a golf course. And I think by the time as my senior year comes to an end, I've kind of realized how much I wish that maybe it wasn't as much of a tailgating course and the golf course was in better conditions, especially for the price it is to play it. So I really wish there was a way to make both ends work there. But yeah, we'll see. Hopefully down the road they can think of something.
With some members being outraged over the use and some members seeing the good in things, this is Gavin Sanders signing off. OC News. Man, that LA smog almost had me choking as bad as Rory McIlroy this weekend at the Masters. We now go to Jonathan Mansour with our weekly sports update.
Thanks, Gavin. Spring is almost over, which means it's almost championship season. But first, let's check in with our Titans. Starting on the mound for the Titans was Peyton Hawkinson, who went 1 2/3 innings with 3 strikeouts after that. The Titans would rely on their bullpen as they used 8 different arms after Hawkinson. Pitching would go on to allow only 3 Pepperdine runs. On the offensive side, Andrew Kirshner got the party started with a first-inning home run, then followed it up with a homer again in the 6th inning. Kirshner is currently riding a 5-game homer streak with 7 total in that stretch. The Titans would continue piling up the score to win 13-3 and move to 18-18 on the year. The baseball team took the field last night at Goodwin Field against Pepperdine, and they won. They are back now at 500 and are in 3rd place in the Big West. Now we move on to the NBA playoffs, where the season ended last Sunday, and we have the Eastern Conference basically set. The Cleveland Cavaliers are the 1 seed. They will be taking on the winner of either the Hawks, the Heat, or the Bulls. I have the Cavaliers beating either one of these teams in 5 games. The Pacers and Bucks, this is going to be a very entertaining and physical series as these two teams met last year and the Pacers won last year, and I have them winning again with Damian Lillard being absent from the series. The Knicks and Pistons, the Pistons have been an incredible story so far this season. The Pistons have been an incredible story so far this season, and I have them going to 6 games with the Knicks, but unfortunately losing. The Celtics versus the Magic in the 2-7 game in the Eastern Conference. The Celtics, they are a powerhouse. They are the defending champs, but I think the Magic can sneakily get 2 games from them. They are a very talented team that slept on, but I have the Celtics moving on. Now for the Western Conference, we have the 1-seeded Thunder beating whoever is going to meet them in the 8th seed. The Grizzlies, Kings, or Mavericks, I don't care. SGA is going to cook. Nuggets and the Clippers. This series is going to be entertaining. Can the Nuggets win another LA series? I don't think so. I think the Clippers win in 7 games. The Lakers and the Timberwolves. I'll keep this one short and sweet. Ant-Man, Batman, Superman, Lakers in 5. And for the Rockets and the Warriors, this series is going to be very gritty. These two teams met late into the season and had a lot of chippiness. I have the Warriors winning, though, in 6 games. And for my NBA Finals prediction, I have the Lakers and the Pacers meeting up in an NBA Cup rematch, but this time for the finals, where the Lakers will bring home number 18. This is Jonathan Mansour again with your Stone Cold NBA Playoff Locks. That is all the time I have for you guys. Back to you guys at the desk.
Coming up after the break, Katy Perry and the gang go to space for a whole 11 minutes.
Also, in the beautiful city of Santa Barbara, a person experiencing homelessness won $1 million from the lottery. Make sure to stay tuned.
My dad showcased a sense of love that I never had before. It felt like it was something that I've always wanted. I mean, he's not only my parent, like he's like my best friend.
Learn about adopting a teen at adoptuskids.org.
Can I get the now bar, please?
$1.
Have a good one. Got it.
Hey, what's going on?
Hey.
Let me get a now bar.
Sure. $1.
Appreciate you.
Got it.
What does it take to discover the greatness within you? It takes resilience.
When I first got to Cal State Fullerton, I felt lost. Then I found my community. It was like a caring family cheering me on.
I wasn't sure about being a chemist. My professor showed me I could. People believed in me here, and I learned to believe in myself. Discover the resilience within you at Cal State Fullerton.
How prepared is your family if a wildfire shows up at your doorstep, or a flood, or an earthquake? You can't just turn away a natural disaster. That's why it's important to go to ready.gov/plan now. It has the tools and tips you need to make an emergency plan with your family. So if disaster comes knocking, let's go. You'll be ready to help keep your family safe.
It's just a pizza.
Yes. Make a plan today.
Welcome back to OC News. Plenty of news happening in the entertainment world this week. We now go to Delilah Grubaugh for the latest news.
Thank you again, Gavin. A lot is happening this week, especially in the music world. So let's get started. Entertainment news is out of this world this week, literally. On Monday, 6 women made history as the first all-female space crew in over 60 years, blasting off aboard Blue Origin's space mission NS-31. The star-studded team included celebrities like singer Katy Perry alongside television personality Gayle King and Lauren Sanchez, fiancé of Blue Origin founder Jeff Bezos. The trek took them to the outer reaches of Earth's orbit for an exhilarating 11 minutes, but upon returning, passengers were met with mixed reactions. Praised as a historic milestone for women, it was also criticized as tone-deaf amid the U.S.'s economic hardship and environmental concerns over rocket emissions. As if the controversy around space tourism wasn't enough, this year's Coachella Festival also made headlines, but for less celebratory reasons. This year's Coachella Festival kicked off last Friday, and at this time, around attendees faced unexpected challenges, including a 12-hour traffic jam that cast a shadow over the festival's usual glamour. In addition to this, a 40-year-old man, Davis Darvish, was arrested for making a bomb threat at a casino located 17 miles away from the festival. He approached security and claimed he would be responsible for bombing at Coachella, but when he was detained, no weapons or explosives were found. The combination of severe delays and security scares left many questioning the safety and logistics of the large-scale event. Despite these challenges, Coachella will still continue with a second weekend of festivities, scheduled for April 18th to 20th. It was a good day for Ice Cube as the rap legend, actor, and entrepreneur received a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. After nearly 40 years in music and film, Ice Cube left his mark on Hollywood by placing his hands, feet, and signature in the forecourt of the TCL Chinese Theater, celebrating his career that spans decades. He first rose to fame as a member of the iconic NWA hip-hop group and transitioned to a film star in the 90s, debuting with the coming-of-age film Boys in the Hood. Adding to the celebration, Ice Cube also announced a long-awaited tour, his first in 10 years, reigniting his connection with fans through live performances that showcase his music career. It seems Ice Cube isn't melting under the spotlight, he's still keeping it cool as ever. Well, that's all I have for entertainment news today. Back to you at the desk, Gavin and Andrea.
Would you let an influencer look into your bank account? A viral TikTok influencer on campus has a popular following video. Viviana Garcia has more on the story.
The Titan Student Union, Polack Library, and Titan Shops at Cal State Fullerton are backdrops to one content creator's viral videos. Students are asked odd questions by Yash Burr, a social media personality with over 68 million likes on TikTok and 1.3 million followers. Dozens of his videos feature Titans, and some share their thoughts on his campus presence.
I think it's cool having I think it also builds a kind of sense of community around here, like a unity, oh, there's this guy, he's spearheading a charge.
I feel like that's pretty crazy. I like that he's putting Fullerton on the map. It's, we don't have a football team to get excited about.
The high-energy figure appears to simply approach students, but this was not always the case. Burr took action after noticing his college peers.
So when I first got started with college, I was super introverted. I was not able to talk to anyone. It was all bad. I would see everyone talking to one another, and I would just be sitting there thinking I know for a fact majority of these people do not already know each other. So I just started making little challenges for myself to push myself out of my social comfort zone. Now at a point where I'm just able to socialize with anyone. Strangers just seem like friends to me, honestly, now, where strangers used to seem a lot more daunting to me.
Even though the mind enjoys familiarity, it is important to push yourself.
Oftentimes the consequences of stepping out of our comfort zone are a lot more in our mind than in reality. A lot of times it's the hesitancy of thinking about why that's so awful. So many opportunities for students to try new things. It's joining a club, or whether it's participating in an activity or taking a course. All of those can have payoffs which are pretty incredible.
College is full of unpredictability, and it may lead to new adventures. Viviana Garcia, OC News.
It's Sexual Assault Awareness Month, and Cal State Fullerton is holding a clothesline event to advocate for survivors. Raylene DeLeo has more on the story.
Cal State Fullerton students organized an annual week of on-campus campaigns to raise awareness during Sexual Assault Awareness Month by promoting education, supporting survivors, and encouraging open conversations.
Survivors are invited to share their story, their anger, their healing, whatever they're compelled to create.
CSUF student volunteers handed out resources and came together to honor survivors of sexual violence. T-shirts displaying powerful, personal stories lined Titan Walk, each one written by a Titan impacted by sexual violence.
And we're here displaying our clothesline project, which are T-shirts made up by survivors who are surviving various crimes, sharing and depicting their experience, knowing that it's a safe space where they can illustrate and share their story in a way that's comfortable for them.
I'm here on campus where student organizers say that this campaign does not end here. This message is pushed year-round to support survivors, believe their stories, and take action to prevent sexual violence.
If folks want more information, the best way to find out all about everything we do is on our website, fullerton.edu/titanthrive, or stop by and see us at the Student Wellness Health Center.
For more information on how to support survivors and get involved in future events, students can visit Titan Thrive webpage or visit Titan Health. This is Raylene DeLeo with OC News.
A life-changing moment for an unhoused man on the Central Coast of California, thanks to winning $1 million on a scratcher. A longtime customer at Sandy's liquor store in Central California scratched his way to $1 million win, and he just so happens to be unhoused. The owner of Sandy's Liquor even took the time to drive the winner to the California Lottery office in Fresno to ensure it was safely claimed. The man now plans to buy a home, a car, and invest the rest, saying this win is truly life-changing.
Looks like Cal State Fullerton held a Maybelline makeup truck yesterday. I wish I could have checked it out. Violetta Sanchez has more on the story.
It's not your average campus pop-up. The Maybelline Be Brave truck rolled onto campus offering free full-size makeup products, personalized shade matches, and confidence-boosting vibes.
We're a huge community. We have so many different people here, and we all love makeup here. I feel like a lot of the students here, all genders, all sizes, we love makeup, and I feel like it's something that we could share here. And I feel like Maybelline really represents that, especially with their affordability and everything. So even making it free is like huge. So I'm really glad they're here today.
With photo ops, mirrors, and makeup experts on deck, the truck is more than a service, it's an experience.
I feel like it brings everyone together and brings everyone out their shell, and it just gives them a good experience at college.
Students can come to the Shade Match station and pick out their perfect foundation for free. This is a moment that makes students feel connected, confident, and seen. And in moments like these, maybe the students are born with it. Maybe it's Maybelline.
I feel like it really does help with making each other feel included, because as a Black person myself, it's sometimes hard to see yourself in different campaigns and brands. I feel like Maybelline's made it a point to make everyone feel seen, especially as a woman of color.
Whether it's a new look or just a moment of fun between classes, the Maybelline truck made its beauty mark on campus. In Fullerton, Violetta Sanchez with OC News.
Hey, Andrea, what do you think I'd look like if I had a face full of makeup?
Honestly, I don't know if the makeup would help, Gavin. I'm sorry. We could give it a shot, though.
Yeah?
Yeah. Well, that's all for the time we have for this week's early show of OC News. Be sure to stay tuned for the late show in just a few minutes. I'm Andrea Restrepo.
And I'm Gavin Sanders. Be sure to follow us on social media at Titan TV Cal State Fullerton and at OC News CSUF. Have a good evening and stay classy, Fullerton.